What do you guys do? When I first looked on it a couple years ago, I would see some kind of app there, small amount of revenue, SaaS business, but their multiple was really very high, almost more than the distance between what I valued at and what they valued at. How do you bring that together?
Yeah, that's probably the toughest part of the job. So we have some guardrails in place. Like we won't list any startup with an asking price over 7x TTM revenue, I think is our threshold. There's still some really highly valued startups that are just kind of like a Zillow make me move sort of price, which I don't recommend, nor is it effective. But we have put some guardrails in terms of utilizing the data that we have to kind of give a almost like a data driven, valuation based on what we see. So prices can vary, but we have based on just feedback from our buyers and also our sellers, because as a startup acquisition marketplace, again, we want to help sellers. So we at first it was kind of the wild, wild west. It was just me running MicroAcquire for probably literally just me for the first year and a half. And that's customer support, that's product, that's marketing, that's janitorial services, everything. But now that I have a team in place, we're able to, kind of curb some of those things. But yeah, so when a startup comes in, we'll give them, an opinion of value, where we think you should price this at. But again, it's kind of like telling someone their child is ugly. So in some cases, we'll let them price, at up to 7 times trailing 12 months revenue if they really think they have an opportunity at a potential strategic acquisition compared to a financial acquisition.
Do they stay? I mean, if they think it's a 50x, and they could literally stay on the platform forever, just fielding these inquiries and go, no, I'll give you 10x, but they keep saying no. Do you say, well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we've curbed it a little bit, but surprisingly, it depends on the cohort of the business. So for sub, let's say we have three different cohorts that we look at. One is sub 100,000 in TTM revenue. The next one is 100,000 to a million in TTM revenue. And the next one is 1 million to 10 million in TTM revenue. We've actually seen 50x multiples. We've actually seen, I think the highest multiple we've seen is like something ridiculous, like 100x. But this was on like a, 10K, revenue business. So the multiples, below 100K from the data that we've seen just kind of go out the window, because you're really not buying. It's hard to value a business and based on those financial metrics. And really what you're buying is the product, the code base, and the potential upside. And that's where we've seen some really interesting strategic